Hey y'all, and welcome back to Confederate Shop's Hidden Gem of the Week. This is where I take one book within my library, I pull it out, I set it aside, and I suggest why you need to have it in your library. Oftentimes these books get overlooked. This one in particular has a very attractive cover. It does catch the eye of quite a few people, but I wanted to highlight this book this week because I'm doing specifically a deeper study on war crimes against Southerners during the war. And I do not have a shortage of these kind of books in my library. This one in particular really struck my fancy. It has a variety of different firsthand accounts. It is a relatively short book. It's well put together. The author, Karen Stokes, did a fantastic job of formatting this and referencing all the sources. And it's just a great read. But also highlighting this kind of book, A Legion of Devils, highlighting this book and exposing war crimes against Southerners themselves is such a needful thing today, because these crimes, these victims, are never going to get justice. Outside of the stories that we tell, outside of the stories that we read, that's about as much justice that will ever come from the treachery that took place against these innocents. And one point I like to mention when it comes to war crimes against Southerners is that these crimes weren't just taken place against the rich white slave-owning South. They were crimes that were committed against the slaves themselves too, and the black population down south. People don't like to mention that. People don't like to even consider that or think about that, but it definitely happened. In fact, I have a completely separate other book entitled When the Yankees Come, which outlines the accounts from slaves themselves who witnessed the war crimes that took place around them and to them, sometimes even. So that's a completely separate book, but this book in particular is going to speak on Sherman's march to the sea and all of the war crimes that took place during that time, which is countless. You want to talk about rape, murder, pillaging, thievery, treachery. I mean, just horrible, horrible things that one man can do to his fellow man is just unimaginable. And you see that in these kind of accounts. So this book, A Legion of Devils, it's only around 120 pages. Very easy read. I highly recommend it. Have it in your library. I'm going to put it slightly on sale, and catch yourself a deal, confederateshop.com.